Hi, and good evening, and welcome to another episode of Walking in Her Shoes with LizzyDoll and KizziDoll. How are you, my darling?
Hey, girl. Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you
All
for
right, Miss.
asking. Well, tonight, before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hit
Thank you
that
all
bell,
so
y'all.
much.
Hit that
Yes,
bell.
hit that bell. Thank you guys so very much for joining us and supporting us. Um, tonight's topic, we're going to talk about, tonight's topic is don't sacrifice what you need to get what you want. Woo, that's juicy. That's a juicy one. Get us going, Kizzy Doll. Get us
But
going.
don't do it. Listen, we have to be patient. You guys, do not sacrifice what you need trying to satisfy a want.
Mm,
So it's almost very similar to the ends does not justify the means. Lay back. Be strategic in your life. Be strategic in the decisions that will affect your life in every area of your life. And do not sacrifice what is needed, the whole picture, for just what you want, which is just for right now, which is just a fraction of that picture. So we want to make sure that we are surrendering to the Father because He is the artist, He is the potter that's building that masterpiece. Let Him complete what He's doing, the masterpiece in you. Don't sacrifice the need to satisfy the want.
well, let's break that apart a little bit, Kizzy Doll. So let's talk a little bit about, let's see, do we want to talk about the wants first or the needs first? Let's talk about the wants first. Because
Yes,
the
I was
wants
thinking
that
the same thing.
the wants can get us in trouble.
Baby,
Woo! Let me tell you the wants. Let me tell you. Should I tell? Let me tell you what's on my wants list. Woo-wee.
okay, go ahead.
Okay, well hold on.
Okay.
Let me retract that. Let me tell you what was on my wants list, okay? Because you got to be careful what you ask for. Once, let's say, ladies, how about okay? Let's just go there. Suit it up. That's one of my kryptonites. I think I talked about this before. That's my kryptonite. Good looking man in a suit. Let's say, girl, smelling good, can articulate on my level. Oh, let me tell you. You know, this got what is important to me, and it's funny that it's important to me that a man has a sense of humor because it is amazing how many people are just kind of dry. That's not. I mean, come on, this Kizzy doll. Let them know this Lizzie doll talking. I start talking about a man in a suit. Forget who I am. Anyway,
Right.
but Kizzy doll. I mean, really, of course, we say it once, but have to know God. Spirituality have to be in order. Have to have a good praying life. Have their finances in order. Know how to. Actually, this is a really good one. Know how to love himself, because somebody that knows how to love himself, he knows how to love you. Somebody that is confident in himself and definitely on the track, if not already there, to where to walking in his purpose and knowing who he is and whose
Right.
he is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that has, a heart, but that can protect you when you're out there. Somebody that is, you know, I think I'm talking about the needs list because I don't know. They kind of go parallel. Help me out, Kizzy Doll.
Let me tell you, the want. Take this off. The want sometimes can overshadow the need because the want can come from can be. Let's keep it real. Can be shallow want. For instance, I knew a chick, and yeah, I called her a chick. I knew somebody that judged a man by the type of car he drove and the size of his rims. That's a true story. I knew
Mm.
someone like that.
Okay.
He could have 9 times out of 10, because she was judging by the car and the rims, she was getting a guy that was different lifestyle, different attitude, different set of values. That's a good way to put that.
Mm-hmm.
So she was not getting what her true heart really needed and wanted, because the surface want was wrapped up in his rims.
Mm. That's good. That's good. Good, good, good.
So when her and I had conversations, I didn't judge her, but I wanted her to think of things differently. You're needing, you're wanting a certain thing from a gentleman, but you keep choosing a thug.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's just the truth. That's what she was choosing, the type of person that could care less about her heart and
Mm.
her emotions, her spiritual well-being. That wasn't on his mind. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
what was on his mind was make sure you stay under a size 10.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you stay in them 5-inch heels,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that you're wearing the underwear I pick out for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You see how that goes?
Absolutely. No,
Not to say,
absolutely.
and listen, I'm not saying that all people with rims as big as a monster truck have skewed integrity or thoughts or desires themselves. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it was a habit of hers, because she was choosing from a pool of people with a certain car type and a certain rim size. She kept getting the same individual.
Mm-hmm.
And then she wondered, why am I feeling so empty and unsatisfied and all the other, he can't hold he wasn't holding conversations with her. He wasn't meeting a need. The only need he was really meeting was whatever was in her mind telling her she needed a man that was driving this and looked this certain way. So what was being satisfied?
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, yeah, I think, that's the when you're talking about that, that's the surface, the things, the surface stuff. So we're
Surface.
talking about whether you're looking for a temporary relationship or whether you're actually looking to meet your soulmate. And I heard something earlier today. I was, I've been, listening to some of the relationship coaches and such. And one of the relationship coaches was saying that meeting your soulmate, meaning that's like for women, how does he make you feel? Does he make you feel protected when you are with him? And then he also hit on this, and I think it was so important. He hit on the fact that, for a man would be, how does a woman make you feel? Does she make you feel peaceful when you're around her? And that we have this gauge inside of us that tells us, and I've experienced that before. And then he says also, he went on to talk about when you go out and you may have that peaceful or that feeling of the person protecting or having you protected, and then you go around your friends and then they poison how you feel or make you start second guessing or make you start thinking differently. So he was just getting you to, really, and I thought about that. I was like, wow, that's really important, because how many times have we felt something and our intuition, our inside told us something about a person and we just threw it to the side, kept going forward. That was that we say it all the time. That was that red flag. And it was right there in front of you, ding, ding, ding. And you just kept going anyway. Didn't even matter. You just kept going anyway. And before you knew it, it was a complete disaster. It just blew up. And then you say, man, I'm not going to do that again. Then here we come, a suited thug, maybe, if you will. A suited thug, here you come again. And then you're going on that same, you're just like a hamster on the same wheel. and thinking that you're going to get a different result. And what is that? Insanity. If you keep doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result, that is complete and utter insanity.
Insanity.
So I think that it's important. It's really important that we take the time out to really get to know ourselves and to really heal. Because if you've done any living, you have gone through some things, and some things have, there's a lot of people that are walking around that are really broken. And until you really figure out, identify what that is, you're going to keep repeating the same pattern. And we're going to keep on getting these same type of relationships, unfulfilling relationships where you're questioning what you're doing. You're questioning, why did you make this decision to be with this person? And heaven forbid if you marry them and you guys are incompatible. It's not just about, and I guess some people have decided to settle. But think about that. We only get a set amount of time, on this earth. What do you really want to do with your time? Who do you want to spend your time with? We actually have that choice. And oftentimes we forget that we have that choice. We can decide and determine who we want to spend our time with, who we want to be with. We can really decide. And oftentimes we just, I don't know, we give that decision over to somebody else. And it's not their decision to make. It is your decision.
Not right. And so it becomes really sad that what you allow in your life for a short period of time, be it a day, a week, a month, can rob you of years if you
Oh,
don't stand your ground for your own life.
mm,
You stand
that's
your
good.
ground if someone is coming within your comfort zone or your personal space. Most of us is like, ooh, back up, hold up. Are you doing that for your spiritual space? Are you doing that for your heart and for your peace of mind? Stand your ground. Don't let everything and everybody into it because they may not mean you well.
Mm-hmm.
We must stand our ground. Standing your ground, the first rule of standing your ground, everyone, is knowing yourself and to being true to what you really, really need in your life. You're going to get those wants, but what you need is someone that will hold you accountable, that will be kind and loving to you, that will correct you in love, that will encourage you, and Lord have mercy, that will pray with you, that can get in the word with you. That's what we need, a protector. I heard someone say, as a matter of fact, it was Steve Harvey. Love you. I heard him say, men come, a real man in a relationship does three things: he protects, he provides, and he professes his love. So if you're looking for those shallow things first, if that's what matters, you're just looking at the shell and not even looking in the book. Wait a minute, you guys. How do you know that it's not a trick book? Those books that are really not books, that there are no pages in there. It's just where you can hide your pistol.
Girl, girl, girl. Let me tell you what you just said. You just sparked when you said about the spirit. And I have experienced this. When you allow the wrong spirit into your life or into your mix, and even if it's just, everything may seem to be all right, but there's a nagging feeling on the inside of you, your intuition, your spirit is telling you that there's something wrong. When you allow that spirit into you, have to understand, when you allow people, we're energy, we're spirit beings. So when you allow that person to even talk to you, even, even like you just said about not being able to, like, pray with you, okay, you allow that person in, and their conversation and their spirit starts to attach itself to you. And we're getting ready to do a series on the effects of love, and love being a drug.
Yeah.
But for this conversation, spirits transfer. So whatever spirit you allow in. So when we have that feeling that's telling us no, no is correct. I don't care what he looks like. I don't care how many things line up with you. There is something that's off. I often said this, and I want to give you this vivid example. If you're stirring up a pot of cookie dough, you got all the right ingredients in that cookie dough. Somebody drops a piece of dong in it. We all know what dong is, right? It's poop. Do you want that beautiful pot of cookie dough anymore? That's the same thing when you are talking about somebody that may have all the right ingredients, but something is off, something is wrong. Your spirit is telling you that's not the right person for you. And it will affect you. It'll affect your temperament. It'll affect your sleep. It'll affect all of these things. Because, I mean, that's your bonus for tonight. Because when we talk about love versus cocaine, it's all a drug. Man, when we get into that, you're going to really see some things. Because when we do allow a certain spirit into our lives and we get that high of being in love, we're actually high. So when you're high, do you make the right decisions for your life? You can have that nagging feeling inside of you and decide not to pay attention to it. Just like when you go out there and you drive and you know you done had too many drinks and you feel tipsy, you're not making a proper decision or a proper judgment. So you have to be careful with whom you let close to you. Because when you let that person close to you and you start feeling that attachment to them and you start exchanging information and you start exchanging with one another, well, guess what? You start getting attached to that person and you get high. And when you get high, man, oh man, it excuse your judgment. So that's why you have to know, like KizziDoll, what you just said. You have to stay in prayer. You have to stay, you have to meditate. You have to keep yourself centered. You can't get overwhelmed and too busy because you will allow a lot of things in where you would not have had you been in your right frame of mind.
You know what, LizzyDoll? So two things. The first thing is sidebar comment. LizzyDoll is not talking about perfection, waiting to for the perfect person. There is no such of a thing except for Jesus Christ. What she is talking about is that person whom is perfect for you. They may not even be perfect for somebody else. Everything and everybody is not for everybody. So we're not talking about perfection. We're talking about compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about when two people with differences, with all their own individual life experiences come together, and when they can mesh together, when they are like LizzyDoll, you said one time, we all got stuff, but can I deal with that person's stuff and can they deal with mine? That's what she's talking about. And then the other thing is, listen, when you have gone through so bad and in and out of relationships, take some time, get to know yourself, love on yourself. When you get past that stage and you're ready, and when and if the Lord puts somebody in your life and in your path, check this out. What you feel at first can make you happy, can make you joyful. Check this out. But hold the presses. Wait. Be patient. Just wait. Because check this out. If it is right, it's not going anywhere but up. So just be patient. Don't make sudden decisions. Just vet it out. I think did we talk about that last week or week before last? Vet
Vetting
out
out.
the situation. Because if it's God, He will let you know. So lean back, enjoy the process, enjoy building the foundation, which the first layer should be friendship anyway. So just sit back and enjoy because when it's right, it ain't going nowhere. So just chill out because the best is yet to come. Really, really.
I like that. Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the
I had
process.
to take notes myself. I hope you all are taking notes when you go through when we go through these topics and these situations, because you can learn a lot from, like, I learned a lot from KizziDoll. I learned a lot, as we're going through and we're researching different topics, and through our own life experiences that we're openly sharing with everybody. There is just so much that that we all can learn, and we should be learning every day. We should be gleaning something each and every day to make ourselves better, whether it's reading a book. I said this before. I now take 5 minutes out of my day and I make sure that I read, whether it's in the morning or whether it's at night. That's my commitment to myself and my commitment to grow. And it also helps when you're in a relationship, because now you have something to bring to the relationship. You all can talk about different things and you can keep it exciting, and you can make it an exciting journey from friendship to, to the altar, if that's where it's gonna go. But so KizziDoll, our time comes up so fast. We have such a good
Oh
time
no,
together. I
no,
know.
oh my goodness,
I
no
know,
way.
I know. But
Oh,
hey, do you have
we'll be
anything that
back,
you want to
everybody.
leave?
We'll be back.
You have anything you want to leave our people with tonight, our community?
I do. I want to express that again. Lizzie Dow and I, we're we're speaking and sharing our experiences because we've been through them. So we're not talking at you, we're talking to you. We're sharing with you. Because if we can kind of help you avoid some of those bumps on the head and them car crashes, then it's all good. We count it all joy. But we're not speaking out of judgment. It's not judgment, you see, because we've been there. So we've been through flags waving in our faces, doggone near shoved up our nose, and just moving the flag and keep it going, thinking that you're going to get something that's not really there. My aunt and my grandmother used to say, if you just listen to someone who is experienced and have been through it, you can learn a lot. And yes, we're going to make decisions of our own, and we're going to go through our own trials and tribulations. Well, boy, if you could just soak it up. And then when it happens, you can go, oh, wait a minute. I heard somebody talk about something like this once before. Stay encouraged, ladies and gentlemen. Stay encouraged. Be wise. Be patient. Stay prayerful. Guard your heart and stand your ground for your peace of mind. God has it all in control. Now, you guys, listen, we're going to come back, as always, with more topics, some fun, maybe even some food. Listen, I have a personal announcement to share with all of you, but you got to wait. You got to come back, and I'll let you know soon. So, don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you will know when you can catch the next episode of LizzyDoll and KizziDoll. And until that time, bless all of your hearts and all of your parts.
You all stay fearless. Bye for now.
Bye bye.